All right. So, Robin, we are doing the peer-to-peer circuit, which is the last one, and on circuit 3. And Sarah, I really appreciate you taking time to be with us. I really do. And Stephanie, thank you for all your hard work and your learning, and you're applying what you're learning, and that is huge. And I hope this has been helpful for you. Has it been a little bit helpful?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been helpful for you too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, so what this is this gives Stephanie, the opportunity to share with you what she's been learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to put in, because I think when you learn something, you know, and then you put it into practice and you teach somebody, it really gets solidified a lot.
Yeah.
I like that. Would you want to share with her what our circuit 3 is?
Well, sir, what we decided is we were doing it on collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, knowing, like what we did was knowing what triggers some of our challenging behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So we had our ABC sheet
Mm-hmm.
that we use for data. I don't know if you have.
I got one.
Yes.
I have one. Just go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, and what we had was what was the what happened before,
Mm-hmm.
what happened, what was the action that happened, and what was their consequences.
Okay.
And so
There it is for you.
So yeah, so we added extra spots. We put the
Yeah.
child name, the date, the time, their initials, and the antecedent, which is what happens just before the specific behavior, the consequences, and then extra little comments that you might want. So it would be like, you know, they were playing with blocks.
Yeah.
Block was thrown,
Mm-hmm.
and the consequence was they were removed from the block area or something. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so, what did we discover? Because this has been a learning thing for me too. Which this has been like a weak area for me, but I see the value in it now. So can you share with her,
Well,
like kind of like what
once we were actually able to take the data and really look at it, we were able to research. Like we were noticing, our biggest issue was cleanup time in our classroom. Was really how. You know, and then we were talking about it. It's like, well, really, the consequences. I mean, the consequences really doesn't affect them because it's not working. The consequences they were getting was not working to a point. It was because we would keep redirecting them back to cleaning. We'd, you know, if they had under a table, we'd ask them to come out, and then we'd redirect them to cleaning. But then the other kids are already cleaning and doing the work.
Yeah.
By the time we get them out from under the table, they don't have much to clean. So what we decided their consequences was, if they did not help us at cleanup time, they were going to be helping me at circle time. While everybody else is at circle time, they're going to be finishing up an area as their consequences for not helping.
Yeah.
So, because we had a lot of, it was hiding under tables or continuing playing.
Not cooperating, not listening to our words at all.
Yeah.
And so we were collaborating and thinking, like, because as a result of us taking notes, or Stephanie taking notes on our class, we realized that kind of like their consequences was feeding into their behavior. Like they were getting out of cleaning up. You know what I mean? And so we talked about it, and then we came up with that idea, which was really good. So what we need to look at is our learning objective for this that Stephanie and I did. Would you want to read that, Stephanie? And
Sure. Stephanie will learn how to collect using the ABC data sheet. Stephanie will record data on
all of them.
all of the kids. She will become very familiar with this tool and become confident in using this data. Determine the reason behind the behaviors. So, and another reason we had this too is if you're collecting the data and you have no real, you've got exactly what happened, not really any feelings in it, then when you have to talk to the parent or something, you can say, okay, this is the data that I have collected on this, and they can actually see what you have witnessed and what you have seen. So, and it really, you know, and when you are filling out this, there's no real, not really supposed to put the emotions in there, or
Yeah.
what you're supposed to put exactly what you see.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just the
So,
facts.
yes.
Yeah. And so what's nice about that is that the facts don't lie. You know what I mean? And it's not judgmental. You know, you're not. And so it's very helpful to the parents. It's helpful to the teachers and everybody working together. So the third circuit is the top part of Pyramid Plus. You know, it's the top star. So that's when you really gear into doing with the, you know, with the challenging behavior and to help, you know, exactly, you know, if you need some extra help, you know, like I needed some extra help and I asked for help and so somebody else came. And so that's, you know, so I think it's important that when you feel like you need extra help, it's good to say, hey, you know, I need the help. Okay. Okay, I did that. Okay, Stephanie, how would you discuss, like, I'll share a strength that I see in you in this learning objective as to, you know, for the, I need to think, for taking the data, for collecting data on the ABC. And one thing that I really have seen in a growth in your area is that you are very good at writing what you're seeing. And then, you know, so that's been a very good strength in you this time.
Thank you.
What, since you work with Sarah too, how would you view Sarah's strength, like in viewing, you know, in collecting data? What would you say would be her strength in that?
Well, I mean, we don't really collect the data,
Right.
but I mean, she's great about communicating with the staff about what's going on or what
Okay.
she's seen, or making sure that we all know, like, this kid, you know, what happened.
Yeah.
You know, and explaining exactly what happened instead of, you know, putting the feelings. She's actually been really good about explaining exactly what happened.
Oh, good.
So
So you've had some experience this year, huh? In doing that.
Yeah.
A lot, huh?
yes.
It's been well, good. What would you say would be your needs in this area, Stephanie?
My needs?
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure I get it done, and you know, because you've got so much going on at that moment that it's hard to actually, like, remember to stop, write down what you've seen.
Yeah.
And even if I don't have time at that moment, just making sure I remember everything so I can write it all down. So,
That's good.
yeah.
So we learned how to do it and what to say, and then make the time to go ahead and do it. Good. What would be your need, do you think?
Probably about the same, because I tend to be really forgetful about that. Yeah. Or just like, you know, because like Stephanie said, you have so many other things going on.
Right.
You have other kids to attend to.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like remember because there's like a million other things.
And you know, and since you're going to be my aide next year,
Yes.
you know, and one of my implementation to this that I've really have seen that it's been so positive, that like we have a meeting once a week. You know, I'd say that maybe once every other week we'll talk about the data that we're collecting and collaborate together to see how we can make it better, or how we can make that child succeed more. So that's been kind of like my goal, or also the way I'm going to implement what I'm learning. So I'm glad that you're doing this, so we can get a head start on it.
Right.
I would say the hardest part
What?
too is that, and seeing it, just to realize what happened right before the behavior.
Yeah.
That one is sometimes the hardest part too, is because you don't always know exactly, like, what exactly happened before the behavior.
Right. And this also is kind of like a trigger, like what triggers them, because always something happens before the behavior that's like the trigger. So that would be like another word that gets it more understandable, you know. Okay. So one thing that also has been very positive is that we all have basically the same learning styles.
Mhm.
That's been a great video.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know, so you all, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you all learn right by seeing and then doing and then experiencing
Yeah.
and then having somebody show you how to do it.
Yep.
And that's exactly how I am too. So, yay, we're all in the same boat.
Yay.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, now what we need to do is do the peer-to-peer template. So what we need to do here is discuss collaboratively what like a learning objective, and it would need to be related to the coach, you know, to our the coach circuit on collecting data. What would be, would you guys want to talk and see what your learning objective would want to be?
Well, wouldn't it be to teach her about the ABC data collection?
Yeah.
On how to collect data
Mm-hmm.
using the ABC data sheet?
Yeah. Would that be something that you would want to learn?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay. So Steph will teach. Is it Sarah Sarah or okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. Sarah about the ABC data sheet. Do you think to clarify, just with children with challenging behaviors, or
Yeah,
okay,
because I think even the videos that we
yeah,
have
right,
are
with children, I got well, like with children displaying challenging behavior. Okay. Challenging behavior. All right. Okay, how will the learning objective be measured? So that's something like what we write, that specifically what you will be doing or what you will be teaching her.
Well, I could have her watch 3 of the 3 videos that you had
Okay.
you had given me.
Right.
One was Peaches falling on the floor, nap time.
Right. And also, I have it right here.
Okay.
I have them down here.
Yeah, I have them.
All right.
Yeah, I have them right
Yeah.
back in the car. So.
So watch 3 videos, and then fill in the ABC data
Yes.
sheet. Okay. All right. So see, let's see that. So then, how would the learning objective be measured? So right here, staff would teach Sarah about the ABC data sheet with children displaying challenging behavior. So maybe after you do the ABC data sheet, you could discuss together, but like you could do it and she could do it, and then you can compare. Okay, so
And I'll probably need to stop.
yeah, compare that like this.
Yeah.